you did an incredible job. You know, you're changing your life, you're changing your route to work, you're changing your route to school, you're changing your friends. It's like, it's a pretty big deal. Shouldn't you have like somebody that's on your side that has your best interests? Like,
Right.
versus just picking somebody out of the phone book and saying, oh, this person's great. Oh, this ad, they're smiling, but this person's not smiling. So there's this weird thing about buying a home. It's so intensive. It's never simple, but at least someone like yourself can make it so it's digestible. You know, it's not, here you go, oh my God, it's, we're a team, we're gonna get through this together. But I remember distinctly finding you. I remember going on the social media and doing some research and reading, I think, the blog that was on your not Facebook page. I don't think there was a Facebook presence, there was a website. It was a website and Twitter. And it was easy to access, get to you. You responded quickly. So, you know, you said, nice to meet you, let's set up a time, what are you looking for, qualifying questions. Instead of, I'm too busy for you, or just ignore us. And then, like I said, ever since that situation, there was never a time I felt like you were holding something back or you were not being transparent. So, great service. Wasn't that easy. It was a transaction as painless as possible. I think anything in life, when you're a big ticket item, there isn't just a point and click. It's not that simple. It's legality. It's a huge investment. 30 years, you're paying something off for 30 years or 15 years. It's a big chunk of change. And people sign on the dotted line and see how much they owe. And that's pretty crazy. I know this is going to help you. This is going to make your life easier. In some cases, I know people had gone with another realtor, and I'd be like, oh man, I wish I had somebody for you. They're like, oh, well, that's okay. I'm like, no, it's not okay. You also kept us even, Steve. You know, you didn't, there was never this. It was just very specific. And we had two closing. Closing number one took 21, it took 21 days for everything to turn around. And so the day after her contract was on her home, we had to look for a place. So it was in the same city that we're living in. And you took us, I think, 8 places the next day, like hit the ground running. But you showed us a place that you thought would fit our lifestyle. It was interesting because she didn't give me any indication that she would like that style. I secretly liked it, but also, I lived a lifestyle where I lived something close by to restaurants and walking distance to the market and stuff like that. So when you showed that, there was a part of me as like, we're never gonna buy it. Melissa's not gonna want this. And she lit up like a pinball machine. And I'm like, what? And then we would have never seen that place if you didn't take your job is to show us what we want. But you also need to show us some things that are maybe tangential. Especially in a case like this, we had 8 places to look at. You were just figuring out what do we want. And then you didn't narrow it down initially. You showed us a lot so we can narrow it down. And in the case, you did exactly what you were supposed to. You gave us things that you think we want and a little bit more. Like that was brilliant. Like I only remember 2 homes, the 2 homes that we put contracts on. But yeah, like that home, for 9 years, that was the best home we could ever imagine. If we could have transplanted that home up here by helicopter or drone, that would be awesome. I need you to do that. That's the next thing I need you to do.
I'll do that. I'll work on it.
In our situation with you, we got more than we expected. Like it was a dream. That was the saddest thing coming up here because we couldn't leverage you coming up here hence we rented. If I bought a house every year, then I get to see you do new things. Even back then, you were doing some new things. You were doing the paperless, contract. We could sign it online, and I guess we did some things. We signed some stuff online when we sold our home in Gainesville in 18. But I can't even imagine now the new stuff that you're doing. And I know you're probably on the cutting edge. It's easier for you to expedite and keep track, but at the end of the day, it's easier for the customer, because if there's we got to make a decision, we got to get this contract in, here you go, sign it remotely. You don't need to show up in an office, and then you to keep a trace of everything you're currently doing. But sometimes it does become stressful because it's a timing thing. You got to get executed, and I know, Gary, there's realtors who can't be flexible or be efficient enough to get a sale because they can't get the information in. They're a day late, or there's something missing from the contract. There's an error, and you got that stuff unlocked. So we sold a home, bought a home, and then got this friendship that was, as the New Orleans people say, lagniappe, a little bit extra, a lot more extra. So relationship going on, how many years now? 11?
Yeah.